I would like to welcome you to the upper echelon. I want you to be honest and don't you lie. Don't you think of lying. Be for real. You're not a Bud Crawford fan. You just hate Spence, right? Hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. Fight fans worldwide. This is Upper Echelon Sports Bar, where we maintain boxing at its finest. It's facts over feelings here. We not a boxer fan, but we are boxing fans. So that means it's non-biased, even though you think it may be no. We love all boxers because we love the sport of boxing, and we hope to progress it and get away from this false narrative that it's going in. So y'all sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride because Upper Echelon's in the building, and we gonna keep it ready. This is a fair use video for educational and entertainment purposes only. Here we got Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC, the progenitors of the clean boxing program. What happened to don't throw stones if you live in a glass house? How are you the predecessors and the creators of the clean boxing program and you're everything but clean? Already they have controversies with Alex Jimenez, who clearly got in a fight with Rashawn DeJean Cruz and clearly wasn't a complete woman that was on all types of medication that was transitioning. Yeah, and then you let her fight and win the belt. Yes, they came back and flipped it over and gave Rashawn her belts back, but the damage had been done. Now they're starting a transgender boxing program, but that's neither here nor there. What we're talking about now is the PEDs. And the WBC used to be the most prestigious belt, the green belt. But now they're a joke. And not only are they a joke of the boxing world, they're the authors of the clean boxing program, and their members are anything but clean. And Mauricio Sulaiman is in the middle of it. Like trips with Daniel Kinahan, or I said it, Daniel Kinahan, the support for him. And then you got boxers that's popping up dirty, and then you raising up the levels. It's a lot of stuff going on, and the WBC is at the foot of it. And we need an inquiry, we need to clean house and clean shop. That's the only way we're gonna make boxing a better place and a safer place for our boxers. This guy right here, supposedly the face of boxing, Mr. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the clenbuterol star. He claimed to have clenbuterol for eating too many carne asadas. And if you're not familiar with that, that's beef steak. So he had to eat a lot of tainted meat for his clenbuterol levels to be so high. So right before his big rematch with Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, February the 17th and the 20th, he provided urine samples, and both came back positive for trace amounts of clenbuterol. After that, his team immediately got a hold to the statement addressing the positive tests, saying it comes back to meat. It says clenbuterol has showed up in drug tests for many Mexican athletes in recent years because of meat contamination in the country. And Alvarez conceded that meat contamination caused his positive testing. First off, Canelo Alvarez, you are very financially stable. Matter of fact, you're rich. And athletes take good care of their bodies, and they take good care of what they put in their bodies. So you mean to tell me that you're out here eating contaminated meat? No, you would have the choice cuts, the best of the best, because that's what you do. And Canelo, I'm going to tell you like this, we're not buying it. We're not buying it. The way you keep jumping up in weight and you be cut, like when you went to 175, you had not an ounce of fat on your body. You're not fooling nobody. But what makes it so bad, Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC raised the levels of the clenbuterol so it would be acceptable. So the amount that Canelo Alvarez had in his system was acceptable. So this is one of the reasons why WBC is doing what I said. And Canelo Alvarez is above the WBC. It's whatever he wants, because they don't force their mandatories with Canelo. They're just happy to have Canelo with the belt because they say he's the cash cow, so they get a percentage of his purse. So they're not really trying to mess with Canelo. Canelo is the star, so they're not going to mess with him, period. Yes, Tyson Fury, the man who's synonymous with cheating. First off, when he beat Vladimir Klitschko, his samples came back and he failed for the high level of nandrolone. Yes, that is a PED. Then he pulled out in the rematch in 2016, so he couldn't get that. And pending a hearing appeal, UCAD and both Fury and his cousin Hughie Fury had returned samples with elevated levels of nandrolone metabolites in their fights in February against Andrei Rudikov and when he fought Christian Hammer. Then he was charged with failing to provide a sample in September 2016. Nandrolone is the substance sometimes used by bodybuilders, although it's a banned anabolactic steroid. It promotes protein uptakes and makes it easy for the body to build muscle. It can also help athletes recover quicker, reducing their tiredness, and allows them to train harder and more often. Now, coupled with this, he's also failing drug tests for cocaine. Cocaine is a stimulant, an upper, which increases your blood flow. So when Tyson Fury is in that ring, he's like an unstoppable monster because he got steroid rage, he's got extra energy, and plus the cocaine is keeping him going so he don't feel anything. He's like a runaway train and he can hurt or kill somebody in there. And even though he keeps failing, WBC and Mauricio Sulaiman always make a way for Tyson Fury. Not to mention Glovegate, where he came in there with something inside them gloves, which was half on his fist, and assaulted Deontay Wilder. Assault with a deadly weapon. That's what that was in Tyson Fury 2. But that's neither here nor there. What we're getting at is him failing for an anabolactic steroid and cocaine. So he's juiced up on top of juiced up to the 10th power. And people wonder why in the 12th round he's bouncing around like he got all the energy in the world. Because that man's on that super serum. That's like the Nazis in Germany used to make that super serum for the soldiers. That's what the Gypsy King's on. And it's a proven fact that in his training camp for Deontay Wilder, the young heavyweight contender Jared Big Baby Anderson was sparring Tyson Fury and beat him from pillar to post because he didn't have his special juice. And then he had to take a trip back to England so he can get back right. Lied to everybody saying they had COVID. Joseph Parker and F.A. Ajayi discorroborated the lie because when they was asked, they didn't know what was going on. But now Tyson Fury has been banned to come to the United States because of his involvement with reputed drug lord and mafia boss Daniel Kinahan. So if they don't say enough, hey, that's what it is. And one more thing regarding Tyson Fury. The coldest part is he said he fell for nandrolone because him and his cousin ate too many boar penises. So he must have ate a whole lot of boars' dicks to fail for a drug test. Do you get it? That's a lot. He ate a plate full of dicks. That's what he did. He got a plate full of dicks and got super serum. Ain't that some shit? Another member from Eddie Reynoso's camp that also trains with Canelo Alvarez was former WBC junior lightweight champion Oscar Valdez, who had a banned substance, pitramine, which apparently won't keep him from defending his title. He got the chance to fight Robinson Conceição on September the 10th, which he was also gifted a decision. Now, WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman said the sanctioning body wouldn't prevent Valdez from defending his title, which he won by a 10th round knockout against Michelle Burchett in February, and Valdez wouldn't face any punishment of any kind. Now, the opposite of that decision is just harmful for the sport's integrity as the overall situation is confusing. Phentermine is a central nervous stimulant which increases endurance. It is listed as a banned substance by VADA, which both fighters signed up for. The WBC also used the agency as part of the clean boxing program, and so he was able to knock out Michel Berchelt with increased stamina. Notice Berchelt got tired and Oscar Valdez still had his stamina. But it was all for naught, because when he fought Shakur Stevenson, Shakur kept telling him, don't drink no tea, because Oscar Valdez claimed that he got the phentermine from the tea. Yeah, from herbal tea, but he don't know which herbal tea he drank. Which goes to show that Eddie Reynoso in his gym, they go through all the tricks, but when they had all the scrutiny on them, Canelo and Oscar Valdez lost back-to-back. Shakur overwhelming Valdez, while Dimitri Bivol gave Canelo the beat since Floyd Mayweather. Yes. So, if you don't juice, you ain't getting loose. And it's crazy because the WBC allowed him to keep his belt against Berchelt and Kasasia. Also gave him a gift decision against Kasasia, who arguably won the fight. So when you tell us about the WBC, Mauricio Sulaiman and clean boxing, it's a joke. But before y'all can, hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And now we got British star Conor Benn, who tested positive for clomine. Twice. Clomiphene. And he always saying that he's not guilty of any wrongdoing. He was saying that it was from eggs. Right before the biggest fight of his career, the money grab for him and Chris Eubanks, both of them fighting off their father named Nigel Eubanks and Chris Eubanks Sr. Conor Benn was fighting at a catchweight, where he went up almost 2 weight classes to fight the 168 Eubanks, who was moving down to, I think, around 160. Conor Benn, if you can look from the picture, he got brawling, yes. And he said he ate too many eggs is the reason why the clophenamine. And the World British Boxing Organization, they're not buying that bullshit. And so they're stopping him from boxing, took his license. And it still took, so he can't box in the UK. But here comes the clean boxing program. Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC said they find no fault in Conor Benn and he's cleared the box for the WBC. What I feel like is the WBC is going through some money hardships and they're not trying to mess up none of their boxers. But with Conor Benn not having the UK to back him, he's really worthless because he has no USA following. But he's getting mad and calling out Spence and calling out other big name fighters trying to get a payday because he's doing bad right now financially, because hell, he missed a big payday and he's not getting no work. A lot of boxers live check to check, but it's amazing how the WBC, the clean boxing program, steady make excuses for these boxers that are taking PEDs. Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC are playing a dangerous game. With Canelo Alvarez, you got Conor Benn, Oscar Valdez, Tyson Fury, plus there's many more. One thing about it is you cannot play the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing is a combat sport. Blunt force trauma. Any punch could kill somebody, paralyze somebody, or put somebody in a coma, as we see from David Burrell in his last fight. So we need to keep them all playing on the same playing field, even in safe playing field. That way we keep our fighters protected, but the WBC keeps to turn a blind eye and looking the other way. And eventually somebody's going to die in that ring. But I'm not sure if somebody hasn't died in the ring and they've covered it up. Because if somebody died over a steroid user, the government sanctions will come down here and shut boxing down. It'll be so restricted and nobody's prepared for that. So we need to damn get on WBC, start holding these PED users and steroid users more accountable for what they do, because they're making a once dangerous sport even more dangerous. And it's not right for the ones that go in there and put in hard work and do it naturally, for people to sit there and cut corners and cheat. Because when you cheat here, you can kill somebody, you can hurt somebody. And that's not boxing. That's savagery. And that's what separates us from the animals. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching the video. Y'all, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like and the share button. I appreciate you. Thank you.